real cases before a real judge.
Plaintiffs Kelly Miller and her husband Joel rented their duplex to the defendant, and it turned out to be a nightmare. Kelly claims the police were once called to the unit for underage drinking, and on another occasion, a SWAT team broke down the door because they suspected the defendant had drugs and guns. They're suing for property damages. Defendant Dustin Pritchard admits that the SWAT team kicked down his door, but insists they did not find anything illegal in the home. Therefore, Dustin does not feel responsible for the damages.
Tell me what's going on.
All right. Well, Judge, in March of 2011, Joel and I rented our duplex to the defendant, Dustin. What we thought was going to be a great situation ended up to be one of our worst nightmares. We had 2 police incidences. The first one involving underage drinking.
When?
Late January of 2012.
Right.
The first incident involved underage drinking, fighting with flying frying pans, blood all over the apartment, and individuals barricaded inside our apartment. The second incident involved a no-knock search warrant being issued with our local police enforcement.
When was that?
That was in about a week later, early February of 2012. SWAT team members and our local sheriff's office.
Why was that?
The local sheriff's office and the SWAT team members believed that there were drugs and guns in our apartment.
Defendant Dustin Pritchard is being sued by his former landlords, who claim a SWAT team busted down Dustin's door because they suspected he had guns and drugs inside.
Sir, you want to give me some background?
Well, it's not exactly how they say it. There was cops there. There was a party that was thrown in at the place, but I wasn't even at the place when it happened.
How'd they get in?
My girlfriend lived with me, and it was some of her friends that actually got in a fight and barricaded themselves in the apartment or the duplex. I wasn't even there that night.
He was in church, huh?
I wasn't there. The SWAT team did kick in my doors looking for weapons and drugs, found nothing, and I don't feel like I should be responsible for the damages that they've done.
Okay, obviously you're suing for the doors, but you all tell me about the damages, and
well,
then
Judge,
we'll
I'd like to go back to the incident in January. It was a late Saturday night, about 12 midnight. Joel and I were asleep in bed, and we get a phone call. And you know, a phone call on a Saturday night ain't good news. So I picked up the phone, and I said, hello. And
Doyle said he sounded like a newscaster.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, it was more like, hello. And so the person on the other end of the phone said, this is your local police officer, and there is an incident down at your duplex. We feel that there's been serious injuries involved. You need to get down here immediately with a key. So I nudged Joel, woke him up. Joel threw on his clothes, and then zoomed down to the duplex. And I'll let Joel take it from here.
I went down there about a little after midnight on that Saturday, and when I got there, there were 3 or 4 cop cars and an ambulance there already. I went up to the first officer and introduced myself to him as a landlord, and gave him the key, which he was waiting for to get in the property, and gave him permission to go in. On the way in, they must have thought something was pretty bad, because it was guns out and flashlights drawn when they went into the building, and they searched around for a while. While they were in there, I was talking to the officer and later reading the police report that, I want to see the police report?
Yes, please.
I got it. Okay. So I was talking to the officer and later reading the police report. It turns out there was underage drinking with minors, fights between the minors and some of the adults, marijuana used in there. One of the minors was thrown on the ground and kicked in the eye. Another one was hit in the nose with a bloody nose, and one was, they were fighting with frying pans, hitting one another. So,
he was hit several times with the frying pan.
Judge, I'd also like to interject too. There were 5 underage individuals in that apartment, and they were all drinking. One was one of my former students.
Oh, wow. You didn't teach him well.
the other,
no, I'm just kidding. That's not your fault.
The other part of that, if you read on page 4 or 5 there, about midway down in the front section, one of the minors went to the police department and filed an assault charge against one of the adults. About halfway down, it says Dustin Pritchard was there, so we feel he was there. Later, we found out that he had police scanners, so I think he was tipped off and might have left.
Now, this is the fight with the underage drinkers.
That was the first fight.
That was first.
All right, and what damage was caused in that
real
incident?
damage. Well, nothing we can prove at that time.
All right, so the damage you're suing for, what incident was that?
Well, it was a
The
SWAT.
damage that we're suing for is the SWAT team, and also the damage that Dustin caused while he was in the apartment.
Yeah,
Okay,
so,
what was that? You have a list,
Sure,
or?
we do.
Yep, we have the SWAT team report if you want to see that with the no-knock warrant.
All right, he said that they found nothing, and if they found nothing, the warrant may have been erroneous, and they may have come in on the wrong person.
Well, actually, Judge, what we do have not only a copy of the no-knock search warrant, but we do have a copy of the evidence in the property report.
There you go.
That
What do you have?
states, this is what it states, that one purple pipe was found and one green pipe was found, and I believe one gold pipe was found, and one pipe in a black bag.
Y'all was smoking over there.
Yeah. And these weren't
Y'all
pipes
was
that Santa
smoking up
Claus
everything
uses.
that wasn't nailed down.
There we go. There we go. Also, they found 2 police scanners, a 12-gauge shotgun,
Whoa.
and some type of pills, and then also a rifle.
Let's see it, please.
Yes.
Defendant Dustin Pritchard is being sued by his former landlords, who claim a SWAT team busted down Dustin's door because they suspected he had guns and drugs inside.
Sir, how do you respond to this? You told me that they found nothing.
They found my heirloom rifles from my grandfather, which was a extremely old shotgun, and a .22 rifle. And
You told me they found nothing.
Well,
you
I'm
remember that?
saying as far as anything illegal, they
No,
did.
that's not
they
what you
did
said.
They did possess or
Oh, they
take
didn't find any pill?
They didn't find no. They didn't tell me about no pill that they found. They didn't tell me about no pipe that they found, especially the different
okay.
colored
Well, they
pipes.
put it down here. They put all that, and they also put a pill down. Do you have a permit to show me that you were the owner of these guns?
It was a family heirloom.
How about
from
the
my
police
grandpa.
scanner? Was that a family heirloom as well?
No.
Gotcha. Right. Judgment for the
Also, on the back page of that,
judgment for the plaintiff. We don't have to go any further. He blatantly lied to me, so therefore I'm going to grant your judgment. All right, judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day.
I didn't get the police report that they got as far as the description of the pill or the pipes.
Well,
Whatever.
we got
Police
it from
reports don't lie.
and we got it from the
Evidently,
police department.
defendants do.